Every leader loves the idea of leadership until crisis shows up, because crisis is a revealer of true leadership. Anyone can lead when everything is stable. Anyone can lead when the team is motivated. Anyone can lead when the vision is clear and the path is smooth. But when uncertainty rises, pressure builds, and when answers are not obvious, that's when leadership is tested. Crisis reveals true leadership. Hi, welcome to the live podcast. I'm still your host, Toby Olubiye, and today we're talking about navigating leadership in a crisis. Every leader, whether in business, ministry, family, or community, will eventually face moments where things don't go according to plan. We have situations like unexpected problems, team conflict, public criticism, loss, uncertainty, and in those moments, people look to leadership for direction. Not just for answers, but for stability. Because in the time of crisis, people are not just watching what a leader says, they are watching how a leader responds. Your response becomes the emotional thermostat for the whole environment. If a leader panics, everyone panics. If a leader is unstable, everyone is unstable. But if a leader remains calm, thoughtful, and intentional, stability begins to spread among the team and in the organization. This is why crisis management is a very important skill in leadership. I will break this into 4 segments. The first one is crisis reveals character. Pressure has a way of exposing what is inside a person. I use this analogy. Everyone knows what a toothpaste tube is, right? You want to brush your teeth, you open the cap and you press down on the tube on the paste. Now, if you get a toothpaste tube, you open the cap, but you don't press it. Is the paste going to come out? No. Why? Because even though what is inside the tube is toothpaste, what will make the paste come out is adding pressure to the tube. And the same is true for leadership. In leadership, pressure will come. In a crisis, pressure is being applied to you on all sides. The truth is, whatsoever is inside of you is what people will see. So the true character which you have will be revealed in a crisis. What you have in you is what will be revealed to the world when pressure comes. Like I explained with the toothpaste analogy. It's easy to appear confident when things are going well. It's easy to appear patient. It's easy to appear wise when everything is going on well. But pressure removes the mask. In a crisis, leaders can either become reactive or reflective. Reactive leaders operate from fear. They rush decisions, they blame people, and they make emotional choices. Reflective leaders pause before doing anything. They observe, they ask questions, they slow down the chaos around them. Great leaders understand something, that the first battle you fight in a crisis is not external, it is internal. Before you can stabilize your organization, you have to stabilize yourself first. Your emotions, your mindset, your perspective has to be stabilized. Because when leaders lose emotional control, they lose strategic clarity. Calm thinking produces better results. And in a crisis, decisions determine outcomes. The second segment is clarity is more valuable than control. Many leaders make a critical mistake in a crisis. They try to control everything, but crisis often removes control. So what leaders should focus on instead should be clarity. You may not be able to control the situation, but you can control how clearly you understand the problem. And you begin to ask questions like, what is happening? What are the facts versus assumptions? What is the real problem beneath the visible problem? Because 9 times out of 10, crisis may not be what the first appeared to be. Clarity requires patience, it requires listening, it requires gathering perspective from people who see what you might be missing. And once clarity begins to form, direction becomes easier. The team may not need a perfect answer, but they need a clear direction. Where are we going with this? What are the next steps? So clarity reduces fear, clarity organizes action, clarity helps people focus on solution instead of panic. And this is why the best leaders communicate effectively during a crisis. Because silence creates confusion, And communication creates alignment. People know there is a problem, there is a crisis, this is what we're doing to solve it, this is how we're going to navigate through this. But if you keep silent in a crisis, more problems begin to ensue. The third segment is crisis demands decisive leadership. Once clarity is developed, leadership requires decisiveness. Indecision is one of the most dangerous responses during a crisis. When a leader hesitates too long, uncertainty begins to spread like wildfire. People begin to question the direction, they question your decision making, and momentum begins to disappear. Now, it is very important to put a balance to it. Decisiveness does not mean reckless action. It means making the best decision possible with the information made available at that moment. The truth is, in crisis, you may never have the perfect information. You will most likely get partial information. But leadership means moving forward anyway. Yeah, it's important to wait for certainty, but perfect certainty is very rare. Instead, strong leaders begin to operate with a mindset of these four key things: evaluate, decide, act, adjust if necessary. Leadership is not about being always right. It's about being responsible. And responsibility means being able to move the organization forward even in the face of uncertainty. And the fourth segment is the leader must become the emotional anchor of the team. It is important to note emotional stability when studying crisis management and leadership. In moments of uncertainty, people subconsciously look to leaders for emotional cues. They watch how the leader speaks, how the leader reacts to pressure, how the leader handles criticism, and how the leader carries themselves. And whether the leader likes it or not, they become the emotional anchor of that environment, of the organization. If you're overwhelmed as a leader, your organization will be overwhelmed. If you're grounded, the organization will be grounded because they look to you for emotional cues. This doesn't mean that leaders pretend everything is alright, because authenticity also matters. But strong leaders balance honesty with composure. They acknowledge the challenge, but also project that solutions can be found. Because hope is a powerful tool in leadership. Hope, not false hope, but grounded optimism. The belief that difficulty does not mean defeat. And that perspective helps teams to move forward regardless. In summary, leaders eventually learn that crisis is often the best teacher in leadership. Moments that feel overwhelming in the present often become the experiences that shape leadership maturity. They force leaders to develop patience, they sharpen decision making, and they strengthen emotional intelligence. In many cases, organizations and leaders grow more in difficult situations than comfortable ones, because crisis forces innovation. It opens your mind to think of other ways you could do things better. It helps to remove complacency. It helps leaders to confront their weaknesses and build strength. Remember, leadership growth rarely happens in easy seasons. Take note of this as a leader. Practicalize it. Say the things that you could do better in handling crisis, and you will see progress and increase in the teams that you lead. Thank you for listening. See you next time.